Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Deb C. Hey guys, and happy Friday. Oh my God. This was the longest year of my life. Yes, I said that. This has been such a week. This has been a long week. So thank God. Thank you, baby Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, that it is a Friday. So by the title, you know that we are finally going to talk about how absolutely terrible my hair looks. Woo! Anyways, we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's get right into it. This week, the big event was Bose's Sisterhood Serenity Soiree. Bose is going to hold like a little pampering time for the ladies at her fabulous house. So, because she's saying that she likes the idea that Sutton brought to the table, but Sutton didn't really finish it off. She's going to finish it off with style, as she everything she does has style. So Bose FaceTimes with Dorit and tells her, well, Garcelle came over and she let it slip that Kyle read her text between her and PK. And it sounds like it's just a little bit more than memes. To which point Dorit was like, well, wait a minute. I talked to Erica, and Erica made it sound like there was really nothing inappropriate about the text. My question, if she's showing this text to people, why not show it to Dorit? And when Kyle was over at Bose's house, like right after Bose had her surgery, and she was like, I'm not showing it to, because remember, Bose was like, why don't you show it to me? And Kyle was like, I'm not showing it to you. I don't owe Dorit anything. I'm not showing her anything. I'm going to tell you. I think the reason why she's not showing it is we know what's in there, and we know it doesn't sound good. So if that's just one of the texts. I'm guessing the other texts are just as inappropriate. So, okay, the ladies begin arriving at spa day, at the Serenity Soiree at Bose's house. Sutton, Garcelle, and Jennifer Tilly are riding together. And they tell Jennifer Tilly about this text. Listen, I love that Jennifer Tilly is in this because listen, sometimes she's the voice of reason. However, she's comedic relief. She's just kooky and zany. And I love having her in there. But seriously, when instead of calling them memes, she was calling them mims. And she wasn't even cracking up the driver. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really cute. So Dorit heading into the day, Dorit knows, she's heading into the day knowing full well that Kyle showed everybody else the text, showed other people the text, but not her. She's like, I don't think she is thinking with the right mind. I think she's thinking with the duplicitous mind is what I'm thinking. Like the hiding mind. So everybody else shows up. Who is there first? Erica, and then Kyle. Kyle shows up. I guess it was like come casual. So Kyle shows up in this like dress. It looked kind of comfortable, but of course it was slit down to her waist. And she was going real sexy. So Dorit comes in with the digs immediately with the shade. She's like, oh, I thought the dress code was comfortable. Oh, is that your comfy wardrobe? She's like in the confessional, she's like, I guess she's had that since 2004. So I guess it's comfortable because it's worn in. Then Kyle comes back in her confessional is like, actually it is comfortable. And I'm not so bored that every day has to be a fashion show for me. So, okay. tea. Speaking of tea, I have some lemon zinger with some honey, and it is too hot. It is too scalda. I believe scalda. I think that means boiling or real hot in Italian. I might be making that up. Because the reason why I say that is because my mom will say like different words that her nonna, who is from Italy, would always say like around the house. So scalda. Hot. I don't know if that's true. If anybody knows Italian, please let me know. If they were just making up words, some like old Italian ladies who were like, let's tell them this, and it doesn't even mean that. Okay, so they meet, everybody shows up. They meet the chef. I'm with you, Garcelle. That chef was fine. I mean, he could have just put some sprayed cheese on a cracker and I would have been okay. He was fine. So everybody, they have manly hands there. They're giving out, they're doing their stuff with their hands. They're doing their stuff with their hands. They're giving out massages. Here's Dorit. All Dorit wants to do is just relax. It reminds me of like that sound of, who was it? Abby Lee Miller, when she's like, all I wanted to do was just relax. And then there's this grating noise. So she's relaxing, and then here comes Dorit. She's like, oh, fuck, great. So, but it turned into a really nice discussion because Garcelle offers up like, if you need any help in navigating like this new relationship that you have, let me know. And Dorit apologizes. She's like, she takes accountability for everything she's done. And this really surprises Garcelle. And she's like, I don't know, maybe I like Dorit 2.0. So we'll see. We'll see if that lasts. So then Bose approaches Kyle and she's like, hey, listen, Garcelle came over and just to let you know, she told me that you read the text. So what the hell? Why won't you share it with me? So Kyle then tries to tell her, not word for word, but just tells her kind of like what the text said. And the part that got Bose, and there was a part, when something gets Bose's attention, because she'll go, oh, like that, which is something I do sometimes. But the part that got Bose was when she said something like, I will never share what we talk about, or will never tell what we talk about. Right, Bose? And then Bose is like, listen, if Kyle's having a discussion with PK, then Dorit should know. I'm with her. The person that should have been shown this first is Dorit, because if there truly is nothing going on and there's nothing inappropriate, then why wouldn't you just show Dorit? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. And then Kyle then has to start asking, well, why is Bose asking me to read the text? This is insulting to me. Well, number one, Bose is asking you to read the text because she's a good friend to Dorit. She thinks Dorit should hear this. And why is it that Kyle feels like this is insulting to her? Is it because she's like, she has it so embedded in her head that she thinks that she is so convinced that she's a girl's girl? Girl, she's not a girl's girl. Girl, she is not. And number three, if you're not hiding anything and it's all appropriate and it's all above board, then why not just let Dorit see it? Why not just hand her the phone? Episodes ago. So everyone is really on her to read the text, except for Erica. Erica's like, don't do that. That's not cool. I mean, as someone who has been through hell and back and has had everything, my private life looked into, That's not cool. Don't do that. I get where Erica's coming from when she says that it needs to be between Kyle and Dorit. It really does need to be between Kyle and Dorit. But here's the thing. Kyle started this by reading the text to Garcelle, Erica, and Sutton, when she should have just read it to Dorit. So when Kyle is like, crying and yelling about how I don't understand why everybody has to. Well, you're the one that opened it up to everybody else. You should have just pulled Dorit aside and said, here, Dorit, I'm going to show this to you. So she don't have anybody to blame but herself. So Kyle leaves. She goes and talks to Erica a little bit. Erica's like, she's crying and saying, I feel like I'm being made out to be the villain. Like, I'm being made out that like I did something wrong and I'm sick of this and I'm tired. I'm going to read this and then I'm leaving. So Kyle goes out. She dresses lady. She's like, Dorit, she's already crying and partially yelling and is telling Dorit, listen, you know, I love you and I love PK and I love your kids and I love your family. But I hate being made out to feel like I did something wrong. So she reads the text and listen, when she gets to that part about I've never told what you told me and I never would or something like that, you can tell. That's the point in the message when everybody that heard it, viewers included, were probably like, that don't sound right. That don't sound good. Dorit didn't look impressed. Dorit didn't have that look on her face where she was like, oh, this is nothing to be upset with. Yeah, this is totally appropriate. This is cool. Oh, that's still hot. Oh, that's tasty though. Wait, lemon zinger? Oh, that is tasty. Lemon zinger in a K-cup. And I put some honey in, but I also put in a packet of stevia. Oh, that is good. Okay. I need for that to cool down a little better. Okay. So let me get. Okay. So she reads it. If you need me, I tried to get this. If you need me, I've never wait. Maybe I wrote this down wrong. If you need me, I've never repeated anything you shared with me and wouldn't. And then she says, that doesn't mean anything about Dorit. She pointed at Dorit. She's like, that doesn't mean anything about Dorit. That's not, we didn't discuss you. It's about this. So I'm thinking that I'm like, are you meaning the show? And she says she can't say because she can't say because we were filming in production. And Garcelle's like, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Like, what does PK have to do with production? And if that was the case, then you should just put it in the text. Like, I won't share anything we discussed with production. Because if they were just sharing memes, like Garcelle said, if they're just sharing memes and jokes, share that with the production. I'm sure after spending all day with these nutbags, they would like a joke. They would like to laugh. Which then makes me think, was he sharing information with her about their marriage? That's what I think. So then after that's done, of course, per her usual, Kyle's hysterical. She goes running. She's crying. She goes running away. I'm not believing. You know, she was fully expecting people to go running after her. And it took there was a little hesitation of people running after her. So eventually everybody follows her out. And then Kyle has to yell at everyone, saying you should be ashamed of yourselves. Oh, listen, I mean, Kyle, come on. Let's not act like you haven't gone hog wild on people. You haven't like really nagged on people about revealing information. Come on. You've never done that. That's hard to believe. So finally, Dorit and Kyle talk. And I tell you, if I lived on that street and they were filming, I would be standing right outside, vacuuming my lawn, being like, Or I would just stand right out my front. I would stand right out on the curb and be like, don't mind me. I'm just drinking my tea. I like to get some vitamin D outside. Can you, huh? What did you say? Production would have had to have thrown me, physically pick me up and throw me into my house. And that would take a lot. So they're talking. Kyle, listen, if Kyle was a girl's girl, because if she was like, if I would have known that there was problems, all you would have had to have done was ask me not to talk to him, and I wouldn't. Listen, this is how you know Kyle is not a girl's girl. Because like Dorit said, if you're a girl's girl, then you don't have to be asked in that situation not to talk to PK. You would have just done it from the beginning without having to be asked. I don't think she knows what a girl's girl is. Dorit then tells Erica about just how PK speaks to her, how nasty it is, and how animated it is, how he just yells and screams at her. So much so that she calls it, like when he gets that way, she calls him the monster. And then this girl's girl then says to her friend, I can't picture PK doing that. I can't picture him being like that or doing that. And then Kyle says in confessional, she says that she always thought that Dorit was the one that wore the pants. I never thought that. To be honest with you, I always thought PK was an asshole. Were there times when he was funny? Yeah. But all in all, I've always thought he was an asshole. And if truth be told, if we're looking at the two couples that their marriages are falling apart, whose would I have thought would be the one to end first? For me, I would have picked PK and Dorit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what I think. But and then Kyle pushes it a little further and questions, is Dorit taking this time when PK's not here to paint a different picture of PK, like when he can't defend himself? Listen. If she tries in the future, if Kyle in the future tries to be like, I love you and I would do anything for you and you're my friend, don't buy it. Because this right here, she has put it out there in no uncertain terms. She's Team PK. So, who was it that said, Dorit said something like, when you write things like, when you text things to PK, saying things like, I'd never share anything, that just doesn't feel right. Correct. Because what does that mean? Like, so if PK would say some shitty things about Dorit, you would just keep it to yourself and you wouldn't tell your friend this? That doesn't feel right at all. And Kyle says, well, PK doesn't share information with me about you. And Dorit's like, yeah, he does. And then we find out that back in the day when they would hang out as couples at Mauricio and Kyle's house, that they would do dinner and then they would go home, but Mauricio would head back over and would hang out with Mauricio, and talk would turn to like their marriage, and PK would talk to Kyle about Dorit, and Dorit would talk to no, let's start this over. PK would talk to Kyle about Dorit, and Kyle would talk to PK about Dorit. And you know how she knows all this? Because PK told her. PK probably told her everything that Kyle had said about her supposed dear friend, Dorit. Dorit is right. Dorit's like, listen, Kyle just got used to lying. That's correct. So the next day, Kyle is all hurt. She's still hurt about what happened at the Serenity soiree, but she's going to put a happy face on because it's Portia's 16th birthday. Listen, when they showed Portia 10 years ago in 2014, who would have thought? Remember watching, she was all little and now she's 16. So Mauricio comes over along with his other daughters. So Mauricio, Portia, and I believe her friends, they're going to go to Italy and then they're going to Mallorca. But first, Portia gets a new Porsche. That would be the life. Are you kidding me? What did I get on my 16th birthday? I can't even remember what I got on my 16th birthday. It wasn't a car. And it most definitely wasn't a Porsche. So, yeah, she's crying. She's, oh my God. It was a beautiful car. Okay, Sutton then visits Garcelle at the beach house. Listen, that dog, between Bronwyn's dogs in matching outfits that match her, and Sutton's dog, Junebug Carter Cash, that Junebug Carter Cash, I think, put in the comments, I think that was probably a French bulldog, but oh, those ears, so sweet. So they start talking about the text, and Garcelle is right. Listen, a little too much is being made about this text. It's being made about this text by Kyle. She's protesting a little too much on this, you know? You know what they say. So, and Sutton is really upset at the fact that Kyle stormed out because she was upset. But listen, it's okay for her to do that, but it's not okay for anybody else to do that. Like, if anybody else would do that, then she would be like, you got to suck it up. You got to stop being so emotional and you got to suck it up. But Kyle, it's a different story. And next time they're together, Sutton says, hey, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to talk to her because I am no longer bowing down at the altar of Kyle Richards. That's the worst Southern accent. Because I am no longer bowing down at the altar of Kyle Richards. That's not that bad. Okay. So also, Erica meets Dorit for facials. Because like, yes, the Serenity soiree was supposed to be, you know, serentipish. No, that's not even a word. What am I in, like, Wicked now, where I'm making up words like serentipish? It wasn't very Zen-like, so they're getting facials. So Dorit says beforehand, she's like, I was hurt when I saw that Erica was telling Kyle, like, you didn't do anything wrong, and that Erica didn't stand up for herself. She didn't like that because she realizes, she's like, I don't need a ton of friends. I just need a few friends that are the right friends that are going to be there for me, which she was this past week. Bose was on Watch What Happens Live, It was her birthday, and Dorit was there with her. She's like, I thought I would come with her. It's her first time on Watch What Happens Live. It's her birthday. I thought I would take her out. They look like they seem to have a genuine friendship. I like it. I like seeing that. So she tells her that, basically. She tells Erica that she was hurt because I overheard you telling Kyle that she didn't do anything wrong. Dorit doesn't believe Kyle when she said to PK that she would never share what he said. What she doesn't believe, she believes that she said that to PK. She doesn't believe when Kyle had said it wasn't about you. That's what she doesn't believe. Erica said, I don't think it was about you. I don't think she was talking to PK about you. And Dorit doesn't believe that is what Erica really thinks. Erica says, hey, listen, we shouldn't jump to conclusions, and we shouldn't jump to conclusions without evidence. She's like, listen, my scum of an ex-husband, he was an asshole. She didn't say that. He was an asshole. But when you live with a high-powered attorney, when you live with an attorney, you learn things. So we shouldn't jump to conclusion without evidence. But she sees how it could be read either way. But she's not going to do it because she wouldn't want it done to her. Dorit, that leaves Dorit a little perplexed. She thinks that Erica's excessive defense of Kyle, it's confusing. It's perplexing. It makes her kind of think, no, she doesn't even say, I think. She says, and I know that she's scared of Kyle. But why would you be scared of Kyle? So she says Dorit says to Erica, are you so sure that Kyle did nothing wrong? Erica's like, well, I'm not so sure now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bow out of both of these friendships. I'm going to let you guys figure it out. She had said, I'm in the middle of this, and this needs to be between you two. Listen, that is right. It does need to be between the two of them, because that can get stressful. Erica got things going on in her own life. So having to be like the mediator in this, yeah, I agree with her. So listen, if you watched this week, in the comments, let me know what you thought. I am going to, wait a minute. That was the verb. I watched the reunion, the first part of the Salt Lake City reunion. I did not make notes because I just wanted to watch it and just enjoy, and then I'll go back and I'll watch it and I'll make notes. So either tomorrow or Sunday, you will get a video on that. So listen, if nobody told you yet today, you are loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. Always be aware of your surroundings, be smart and safe. Hydrate often with water. This is tea, which is made of water. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please make sure to remember that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy your way to get you out of it. I love you guys, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye.